that's cheating. No. It's time to take a wild ride back to the past. Sit back and relax and enjoy this episode of Relay. That's it. Look, I know me one thing. We're going to be playing some Game.com. As you see right here, we got the TigerElectronicGame.com. The infamous piece of crap that we all know of. And today we're going to be playing. Take a look at the... You see the camera doesn't even want to focus on the Game.com. You'd rather play the Atari games right there in the background. Let's see if we can make that work right there. You can see the Game.com. Look at that. Magnificent looking piece of gaming equipment. With the touchscreen pen right there, the ABCD button, and all this other stuff right there. And today we're going to be playing, let's see what we got here. Duke Nukem on the Game.com. We'll see if we can get that camera to focus here for a second. You see Duke Nukem right there. Duke Nukem 3D on the Game.com. It's a little ballsy for the Game.com to have a Duke Nukem 3D port. I mean, don't you think? So we're going to be trying out Duke Nukem 3D, and we'll see exactly how Duke Nukem 3D plays out on the Game.com. So we're going to pop it in. Right here on the side, I guess it goes in this way. So Game.com actually has two ports right here. Two cartridge slots. You can put two games in here. Let's see if we can get this to focus for a second. Alright, so as you can see there, so I got a new camera, so it's a bit of a struggle trying to get this thing to do what I want it to do. So let's see if we can get this on. Gamecom active. We got the Gamecom active thing right there. It's doing all that talking. It's fancy. Back in like the late 90s, this was supposed to compete with the Game Boy, and then the Game Boy Color came out, and the Game Boy Advance came out eventually. So yeah, let's give this a try. We're gonna have the fancy little cartridge introduction right there. You can see the little reflection from my camera. Let's see if we can actually. It's like the most horrible rendition of Duke Nukem 3D. I mean, that's... I'm gonna have to turn the sound down on that, because that was... make your ears bleed. Come on, camera. I mean, the camera doesn't like the Game.com. You see, my Game.com has like a lot of screen issues, and it's pretty bad. Let me try LA Meltdown, see how this looks. Okay, camera. And this is Duke Nukem 3D on the Game.com. Let's see if we can lighten the screen up a little bit or something. Let's see what's going on here. So it looks like you can always draft back and forth. I have the slightest idea of what I'm doing, but I can tell you one thing. It kind of functions like a dungeon crawler. That's kind of what it feels like. We have a door right here. Oh my god, what the hell? I got a shotgun. Oh no. I guess you can shoot in different directions. There's gotta be a way to get out of this place right here. Let's see here. There we go. I opened the door. Oh, he's using his foot. Does he not have his pistol? What the hell's going on here? Oh my god. Oh, he got his pistol back. What the hell is going on here? It looks like he's in the movie theater or something. But with no seats. You got Duke Nukem right there is entering Hollywood Holocaust.
That's the second time those alien bastards shot up my ride.
That's the second time those alien bastards shut up my ride. You heard that? That's ridiculous. You can barely see the screen. It's like... It's very, very dark. Yeah, back in middle school, there's a school friend of mine that actually owned the Game.com, and he had this game. And at the time, I was like, holy crap, you can play Duke Nukem on the handheld. That's pretty cool. So it actually blew my mind. You have to actually hold up and push D in order to open doors. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Oh. You can see or hear all the enemies. It's like each sound is struggling, trying to override the other sound. You gotta get all the ammunition right here. We got a cola machine. Looks like a movie poster or something like that. That door is unlocked, apparently. Okay, that's pretty cool. Check that out. It's a nice little fancy graphics for the Game.com. And now we're in the movie theater, as you can see here. We gotta shoot this guy right here. It's actually not a horrible port for considering that this is an old Game.com console. It's actually okay. You still get the Duke Nukem speaking Slingo, all that stuff, saying all this stuff right there.
Damn, I'm good.
See Duke Nukem's with all his catchphrases. And definitely it's not the same as Duke Nukem 3D on the PC, so don't expect that. Of course, I would not expect this to play that game. But it's basically its own little handheld version of the game. Completely different game, actually. You can see the little seats from the movie theater right there, walking forward. I have no idea where the hell I'm going, to be honest. I feel like I'm walking in circles. And there's a really long hallway right here. Okay. I'm guessing that the end of the level is somewhere nearby. Hopefully. Oh, what the hell? Oh. I think I went to the right place. kind of hard telling what you're supposed to do in this game. You can easily get lost. The game is not that hard, which is a good thing about it. It has to make sure you have the right amount of ammunition to take these enemies out. It's very loud. You hear that the audio actually overrides itself, so when Duke Nukem tries to speak, sometimes it cuts out. So one thing you notice in this game is that you can't actually turn the left or right. It's like strafing back and forth, so you can only strafe. And it's like the same areas over and over again. It's quite interesting. And I think this is it. Let's see. Bam! That's the end of the level right there. Hollywood Holocaust. Now we're entering Death Row. And does Death Row look any different than Hollywood Holocaust? Maybe a little bit. Immediately it's harder. What the hell? There's like a whole crop of enemies on the screen. Let's go through the door here. And the textures on the wall are different. It actually looks pretty good. It actually, I'm not gonna lie, it actually looks pretty good. I really didn't think I would be having fun playing this, but I have to admit, this is actually not half as bad as what I thought it was going to be. I've had to probably own the game for a couple months. I bought it off Shop Goodwill. The game goes for a lot of money on eBay. I have no idea why it goes for a lot of money, but maybe there's not too many of them that exist. Oh yeah, we have, I guess that's how you switch your guns. So we have a shotgun right now. Let's see what the shotgun can do. It's a one-shot kill. Oh, what the hell is that? They got away, restart game, main menu, quit. And yeah, that's Duke Nukem 3D on the Game.com. It's quite the interesting little portable game. Do I recommend it? If you have a Game.com, if you're collecting Game.com games, then maybe, yeah, your ears might bleed a little bit. The audio's definitely not one of the pros of the game. The game is quite impressive for the fact that they actually pulled that off on a primitive Game.com little handheld console. It's not so little, actually, it's pretty big. But yeah, it's actually not bad. It's okay. So yeah, this is actually the first Game.com game that I ever played during a lunch break in middle school, and I'll have to admit, it actually blew my mind. That was actually pretty cool. Years later, I found one of these at a Goodwill store, and I bought it for like $5. So I didn't pay that much for the console. This is actually the second one I owned, because the first one, the screen got all messed up. And you can see on this one right here, the screen's getting messed up too. I guess these are plagued with that issue. Some sort of capacitor issue. So yeah, that's Duke Nukem on the Game.com. Let's take a look at the cartridge one more time. Duke Nukem 3D on the Game.com is quite the impressive game right there. It's not bad at all. It's not nearly as good as the PC version, of course, but I mean, what the hell do you expect? This is a primitive little handheld Game.com, so not so little. So you can kill somebody with that thing. But yeah, it is what it is. This is actually a pretty decent, respectable version of Duke Nukem 3D for that thing right there that's not so popular. It's not the greatest, but I must give credit where credit's due. It definitely is quite impressive. If you enjoyed this episode of Memory Lane, don't forget to give a thumbs up and comment down below.